What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide, back with another movie recommendation. Once again, this is a request from my homie Josh. The film in question is 2003's sequel to Jeepers Creepers 1. Of course, we've got Jeepers Creepers 3, directed by scumbag extraordinaire Victor Salva. This movie is a staple of my childhood, much like the first one. This one even maybe more so. I think I might have seen this one more. It's more chock full of one-liners and more memorable characters and stuff like Bucky, the little nerd guy. He's got so many one-liners that me and my brother still say to this day, like, what, the will be eaten and the won't be eaten? Fuck you, Scotty. And then later on, he's like, hey, I must have ran 15 miles all around this fucking valley, man. There's no farm out there. And, you know, everything about it is just kind of cheesy as fuck, but it's still entertaining. So basically, we follow the story of the creeper who, as we explained in the first film, every 27 years, he's out to feed. But this particular feed happens during the Justin Long and his sister fiasco from the first film. So he's still out on the prowl. And at the end of the film, he does get killed, but more or less put into his hibernation, if you want to call it that. I really do enjoy this film, and it starts off with, you know, this little kid that's working on a machine on his farm, you know, with his dad in the background, whatever, his big brother's fucking around working on a car, and his dog goes apeshit, so he goes to find his dog, and he comes across this scary-ass scarecrow. Just like, even in the first one, there was that fucked up scene with the scarecrow, but in this one, it's in daylight, so it kind of makes it a little more freaky in a way, and he gets dragged away, and the father and the brother, they basically witness their son and brother fuck off right into the sunset, basically, with this flying bat creature. And so they're on the prowl. They make their own weapons and stuff like that, like this really crazy harpoon machine that comes into play later on in the film. But the movie's basically more about this basketball team that's on this bus that gets basically fucked over. Right now, I'm watching one of my favorite movies. I just gotta quickly shout this out. Godfather Part 2, baby. Don Fanucci's coming up the fucking stairs and Vito's coming down. Love that shit. That's probably one of the best sequels ever, to be honest with you. That, Aliens, and I mean, maybe Jeepers Creepers. No, fuck no. But anyways, this bus of basketball players, their bus gets fucked over by the creeper, who uses like this belly button thing that's like used from Derry's belly button with some weird sharp shit entwined in it, like a tooth. He throws it at the fucking tire. And the bus driver lady, I love her. She's so funny. Like when she's like, everything in this box, meaning like this box of like safety stuff, it saved my sweet ass at least once or twice. And then when she picks up that sharp object that flattens the tire, she's like, well, whatever it is, it's sharper than a son of a bitch. It's just so many one-liners, but it's funny, man. So basically, all the adults are pretty much killed right away by the creeper, and we're left with these basketball team. And there's this one douchey jock guy that's sort of trying to like, you know, run the show basically, and I hate that character. And they sort of like touch on him being a racist, and you could like argue this film's about racism or some bullshit like that. I've never been one to like, you know, fucking dig into movies to try to find some kind of hidden meaning that may or may not have even been fucking placed there by the filmmakers. It's just sort of a fandom thing. You go on like any film website where they're talking about movies, and you got these cocksuckers that think they know everything because they watched Back to the Future and fucking Jurassic Park, and now they're starting to watch fucking you know, Kurosawa films, and now they think that their wiener's fucking 50 feet long in terms of film knowledge. There he goes. Fanucci's dead. Boom. Hopefully I don't get fucking copyright claimed. Also, shout out to Comic Crack, because there's his video down there. You might not be able to see it. But, you know, with Jeepers Creepers 2 and this basketball class, they sort of slowly get hunted. And, like, they're on this broken down bus. And you think it'd be safe, or you might feel safe, but you can't, because this thing is coming up and taunting them from the windows, going up on the roof, causing a muck. And even getting his head cut off and then getting his head replaced. Like, the creeper is basically indestructible, which is one of the things I like about this guy. And just how he can, like, you know, basically you take his eyeball out, kind of like Leprechaun. Remember when his eye gets taken out and then he takes that cop's eye and he's like, an eye for me eye, or whatever the fuck. Really like that stuff. I really like the way the creeper looks. I think that his outfit is amazing. He looks just like a greasy guy, or like he looks like a demon, but he looks like a greasy kind of like hobo demon. You know what I mean? He's got the long coat, the fucking hat, and like the greasy hair and shit. It's crazy. There is a lot of practical in this film. There is a little bit of CG, but that's fine because it's of that time where they still were blending some CG with you know, practical, kind of like I'm trying to think of a good one. Like, can't think of anything off the top of my head other than Jurassic fucking Park, which I just talked shit on. But like, that's a good fucking blending of CG and practical. And they did it with movies like this. They did it with movies like The Mummy. You know what I mean? With Brendan Fraser. People talk shit about that flick all the time, but I personally love that movie. I think it's phenomenal. It's one of the best movies of that era, I think, in terms of like an action, fun movie. You know, and then a little bit later on when you get movies like Jeepers Creepers 2, still kind of holding on to like some goodness, a little bit of originality and shit like that. And now we're so far out to lunch in terms of like create like new original ideas with film. Like, it's so much of this like regurgitated bullshit samey, man. I can't fucking handle it. You try to watch a movie that gets all this hype, like Longlegs. Like, personally, I was disappointed with Longlegs. I thought it was going to be way different, way better, and people are just sucking the dick of that movie. And it's like, dude, it's okay. It's sort of like Hereditary. Like, I thought Hereditary was really good, but people were acting like, oh my god, this is better than Rosemary's Baby. It's like, slow the fuck down, okay? If you think Hereditary's anywhere close to Rosemary's Baby, anywhere close to fucking Exorcist or any of those flicks like that, you're on drugs, okay? Because those movies are fucking phenomenal. Even like those like movies that kind of like, you know, try, like those Conjuring films. I think that those movies at least try. You know, they're trying. Especially Conjuring 2. I think that was the best one of those films. Although I did like that one with the witch, the little ginger kid was like the demon in the beginning. Like, there was some cool stuff in there. A lot of CG, but again, the movie's so fucking dark. You insert disc 2. I forgot that it was like this, but I don't know. I want you to watch Jeepers Creepers 2 because I do think if you like the first one, you're gonna like it. And like, again, on this channel, I don't like to promote shitty films. I don't really make videos about like dog shit movies because that's not the point I'm trying to get across. I'm trying to get across like, look at these fucking dope flicks. You know, I've seen so much dog shit, like Bad Boy. Like, my brother just told me how he saw Twisters, the new Twister film, which is a sequel to a film that we really love, that we saw tons of times growing up. And he's like, dude, this movie sucked ass. And then Bad Boys 4. I seen Bad Boys 3 in the theater, and it was the last movie I saw in the theater before COVID hit. And I was like, if the fucking theaters closed down and Bad Boys 3 is the last film that I saw in theater, I'm going to be so depressed. And it ended up not being, thankfully. But he said he watched it, and it was just like, meh, whatever. And then he said that he watched all of them in preparation of seeing the fourth one. And I guess his chick and her family were like, no, we like 3 and 4 better. He's like, no, 1 and 2. Personally, the second Bad Boys is the fucking Bad Boys to watch. That movie came out in this era. So once again, I feel like, you know, Tarantino said in an interview, I don't know what it was on, but he said, you know, when he was making movies like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs and stuff, like, he didn't think that 90s was 70s part 2, but it kind of was, because there was so much good stuff that came out in the 90s. Maybe not too much good horror, other than, you know, Candyman, some of the Child's Play sequels, Scream, of course, and different things like that. But there was so much like more crime films. There was movies like Heat. There was Blood In, Blood Out. There was fucking, you know, like the first Bad Boys. Like, there was so many good ones. I'm trying to think of a few. There were so many Asian ones that I couldn't even fucking begin to explain. Crime films, action films, all kinds of shit. If anybody has any recommendations for movies you want me to review that you know I have, or even if I don't have it, fuck it, just throw it out there and I'll get to it if I get to it, hopefully. And yeah, because I really do appreciate you, Josh, for reaching out and being like, yo, dude, fucking talk about these films. I love these films, so I could do that for you, no problem, homie. Again, I want to quickly shout out the Cinema 187 zines. If you want to get a copy of these, message me at cinema.187 on Instagram. With that being said, adios. Leave a 666 in the comments if I didn't already fucking say that.